I called Kirsten into the ER later that afternoon for a construction worker who had snapped his forearm and presented with it bent at about 30 degrees. He had climbed a ladder on an uneven surface, so he put 2 bricks under one leg to level the ladder and destabilized it. 15 feet later, he writhed on the ground with a bent forearm. Gravity caused a lot of ER visits. Kirsten arrived looking like her old self in a pair of fresh scrubs. She greeted me with a warm smile, but kept it professional in front of the staff, even though everyone in town seemed to know everyone else's business, including mine. After stabilizing the patient and preparing him for the OR, we had a quiet moment to talk in an empty exam room. "You get any sleep last night?" I asked. "I slept like a log after a half a bottle of wine." "Yeah, stressful day." "Not quite the relaxing nature walk I had planned for us." "The first 2/3 was relaxing and enjoyable." She smiled at the memory. "True, but the whole mass grave thing kind of ruined the mood. I can't believe there's a serial killer around here and no one noticed." "Gonna be interesting to see the IDs on all the bodies and figure out where they're coming from. They have to have something in common. The cops will figure it out." "Listen, about that. I'm sorry that I didn't mention that the sheriff is my dad earlier. Our relationship is complicated." I held up my hands. "No apology necessary. If you want to talk about it, I'm here to listen. No judgment." "Thanks. Yesterday was the longest I've been around him since I moved back to town. It's weird, like he's my dad and a stranger at the same time." She paused as if she didn't want to discuss it anymore. "To me, he's only the sheriff. Do you think he's up to solving these murders?" She thought for a moment before answering. "I don't know. He's a good man and will do his best, but this is the biggest case we've ever seen around here. We've had a few murders, crimes of passion, where the guilty party was obvious. So I don't know how this one is going to turn out." I listened silently, but racing thoughts of defenseless victims seared through my mind, and I felt some level of responsibility to find justice for those folks who must have had families suffering somewhere from their absence. Heartlessly dumped in shallow graves in the middle of a forest, they deserved better. Banshee's dropping that hand at my feet seemed as if the dead woman reached out to me for help. I resolved to stay informed on the investigation to make sure the murders stopped.